So today we are going to discuss how to find out the radius of the Bohr's orbit. Okay, Bohr's stationary orbit. Okay, this is our heading. How to find out the radius of the Bohr's stationary orbit. Okay, so to find out the radius of the Bohr's stationary orbit, we have two key formula. What are the two key formula? The first key formula is what? mvr is equal to nh by twice pi. This is the first key formula. Where from we got it? We got it from Bohr's postulate. And what is the postulate? That the electron can revolve only in those orbits where each angular momentum will be always integral multiple of a particular time. What is that? H by twice pi. Right? And what is the next key formula we have? That is mv square by r is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught z e square by r square. What is this formula? This formula is nothing but the centripetal force. The centripetal force in this case is provided by whom? Provided by electrostatic force between the nucleus and the what? And the electron. This is the formula for centripetal force. Okay, this is the formula for centripetal force, and this is the formula for electrostatic force. Okay, these are two key formula. Now to find out the radius, let us take the first formula. What is that? That is mvr by mvr is equal to nh by twice pi. Okay, so from this formula what we can do, by doing cross multiplication, we can write b is equal to nh twice pi into m into r. M into r will go to the downside here in the denominator. Okay, so from the first key formula we got the expression for velocity. Now we will put this expression of velocity, okay, where in key formula 2. Okay, that is the trick. From the first key formula, that is mv square equal to nh by twice pi, we will find out the value of b, and we will put this value of b in the second key formula. And then what will happen? 2 implies m by r v square. Let me write like this way: b square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught z e square by r square. So m by r, v square means this whole thing square, so it is nh by twice pi m into r whole square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught z e square by r square. Okay, so it is m by r n square a square 2 pi whole square is 4 pi square, and this is m square r square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught z e square by r square. Okay, so this is m n square a square 4 pi square m square r square, and r is r cube, is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught z e square by r square. Since we have to find the value of r, we will have to find the expression of r. So here in the denominator we have r cube, here we have r square. So I will take this r cube to the numerator of this side and hold the numerator here to denominator on this side. So what will be left? M n square a square 4 pi square m square, right? And here 4 pi r square, if it will come to this side, it will come to the denominator. 4 pi epsilon naught divided by z e square is equal to r cube by r. Okay, so I will just revise the term. r cube by r will give you r is equal to nothing but what, 4 will get cancelled, this pi and pi it will give you only pi, right? This m and this m will give you only m. So what is left in the numerator? It is n square h square epsilon naught, in the denominator pi m z square. Okay, is it okay? So let us come to the next page. What is the expression we got? It is r is equal to n square a square epsilon naught pi m z square. Okay, so the same formula how we can write, you will get in your book. It is written like this way, that r is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught n square a square, here it is 4 pi square z m square. In this way also you will get in your book. So both the formula are same. Okay, if you want to remember like this way, that is your choice. If you want to remember like this way, that is your choice also. 4 pi epsilon naught n square a square 4 pi square m e square into z. Now in some books again the same formula, in the same formula they will write like this way, 4 pi epsilon naught n square a square 4 pi square m e square. Okay, so what is the difference? Here z is missing, right? Here they consider z as 1. Okay, so z means 1 means what, they are considering hydrogen atom. Okay, because for hydrogen atom we have 1 proton in the nucleus and 1 electron in the outermost shell. So atomic number of z is 1. Whenever you will get this formula, right, in place of this, don't get confused, simply remember this. In this formula, whenever they are formulating this formula, it is for hydrogen atom. Okay, now look at this formula. In this formula 4 is constant, pi is constant, epsilon naught is constant. Okay, h is constant, Planck constant, that you know. 4 pi is constant, mass of the electron is constant, charge of the electron is constant. What is variable? N. What is N? Number of orbit. First number of orbit, second number of orbit, like that way. So if all the other terms are constant, what we can write? R is proportional to n square. Okay, that means the ratio of the first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, the ratio of first, second, third orbit. Okay, ratio of the radius of the first, second, third orbit will be what? For the first orbit it is 1, for the second orbit it is 2, for the third orbit it is 9, because 1 square is 2, 2 square is 2, 3 square. Yes or no, according to this formula, right? Because radius is proportional to n square, right? The more the number of orbit, okay, the radius will be more. Are you getting my point? What does it mean? What does it physically mean? So how we have drawn the diagram up to this point? This is the nucleus, this is the first orbit, this is the second orbit, this is the third orbit, right? But according to this concept, this diagram is wrong. How the diagram should be? It is the nucleus, this is the first orbit, then the second orbit will be, what is the ratio of the first and second orbit? 1:2. So it should be, the gap should be more in this case. Is it okay? And what is the ratio of the first, second and third orbit? 1:2, right? 1:2:9. 9 means the third orbit will be like this way. Okay, the distance from the nucleus to the third orbit is very, very high. Are you getting my point? Is it okay? This diagram is wrong. So now the new concept of diagram will come, that is like this way. Okay.